Welcome back. We're here tonight with the president and the publicity chair of the College Republicans. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having us here.
All right, so Trump has just won the 2016 presidential elections. How are you guys feeling?
We're absolutely excited, and we are just so blessed to hear those results last night. And we are incredibly humbled that we were able to work with the Trump campaign in making this happen.
In what ways did you work with the campaign?
So we've been doing a lot of work, especially with the Michigan Republican Party. We actually just on election day, we sent out a lot of our members over there to help volunteer at the polls. We even took a bunch of members to Grand Rapids on his last rally over there with Mr. Pence as well.
Nice. All right. So what policies do you guys like of Donald Trump?
I think one of the most important ones that is now going to become a reality is the repealing and replacing of the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare. It was just recently announced that in states like Arizona that premiums are going to be rising over 100%, which is not very good. So Mr. Trump is going to do a great job in making healthcare affordable for all without the extra baggage attached. Another one that I really like, another policy of his that I really like is that he's going to decrease business taxes from 35% to 15%, which is, it's been devastating the past 8 years to live in a small town in the seacoast of New England and see small business after small business close down, restaurant after restaurant. They kept closing, and it's going to be so nice to know that these businesses are now going to be able to thrive under President Donald Trump.
What do you think President Donald Trump's going to do for the working class?
I think he's going to create a lot of jobs, just like he said there, really flourish small businesses, especially with that lower business tax, the tax cut. But aside from that, regardless of any policy specifics, any change is going to be better than the 8 years that we've had so far. We've been in such a slow growth economy for the past 8 years, and that's really why Trump won. And in retrospect, it's clear why he won, is because he mobilized and tapped into that silent majority of people who have just been ignored by Washington for far too long and are just not content with the way things are run and with the way the economy has been. So Donald Trump, we really believe, is going to change America for the better, and is really the best thing for the American country at this time.
Let's talk about some inflammatory things Donald Trump has said, because obviously that is very prevalent and all over the news, and I think on a lot of students' minds. So, you know, he said comments against minorities, against women. How do you think this is going to reflect with other countries looking at us with foreign relations? Do you think it's going to have an impact?
Well, I think something to note is immediately after the results were announced last night at around, say, 3 a.m., leader after foreign leader contacted Mr. Trump to commend him on his victory. Mr. Netanyahu from Israel is a notable one. The president of Mexico contacted Mr. Trump to congratulate him on his victory.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
The president of Mexico.
How did he get the phone call through with the wall? I'm kidding.
The president of Mexico called him last night and said that he's willing to work with him for trade deals that work for both the United States and Mexico. He's willing to work with the President Trump. Leader after leader have been congratulating him on his victory. So I think that the foreign relations are going to be good under President Trump.
And in addition to that, when he was giving his victory speech last night, he was so eloquent. And he was calling for unification of the American people so we could come together as one nation to really work together to make America great again. And I really believe he's the guy to do that. All
right. And you guys, we were talking a little about, you know, today on campus. How are you guys feeling? I know everyone's a little, you know, it's pretty divisive, obviously.
Absolutely. As an immigrant and Asian American, I'm the first generation American in my family actually, and I can't tell you how saddened I am as an individual who truly loves this country to see the response on this campus to such great news for the American people. I was at the vigil earlier, and there were people that I was talking to that was telling me that they were ashamed to be Americans. They were ashamed to be associated with the American people at this point in time. And to that, I just think it's, no matter how disappointed you are in the election results, it shouldn't give you an excuse to isolate yourself from the American people. It shouldn't give you an excuse to divide us further. Now is the time for unity. Now is the time to come together, and with much prayer, I think we can get this done.
So I agree, some disrespectful comments have been said towards Donald Trump, but at the same time, Donald Trump has said a lot of disrespectful comments, and I feel like a lot of Republicans don't ever really talk about those comments. So I would really like to hear what you guys have to say, because I don't really want it. Honestly, I will be bleeped out if I say some of the things he has said on our
And
news
I
station.
I would be bleeped out if I were to say some of the things that some of the Democrat people here on campus, some of the liberal students have
Well,
said
yes,
to
but
me.
they weren't on,
In
CNN
fact, like
and
even on
channels.
somebody painted the rock today, and they
Yeah.
painted it saying, "Kill them all" with a Republican elephant on it, and on the back it said "F America." That's
But,
just
Donald
not the
Trump
kind of
also said
that's
he
just
wanted
not the
all
kind of
Muslims to
image we
leave.
want here.
So you have to.
He didn't say he wanted all Muslims to leave. He's not calling for a deportation of Muslims. He's just calling for safety for the American people by improving our national security.
Mr. Trump is he's a man that really deeply cares about our country, and his motto his motto throughout the campaign has been America first. Like after Make America Great Again, it's been America first. Once we take care of America, we can take care of others. I feel like a lot of his comments, he has said some inflammatory things, but I feel like a lot of them have been misconstrued. Like for example, the so-called Muslim ban. It's not a ban on a religion itself. It was a ban on the refugees coming in because we don't know who exactly it is, like without documenting them. You know what I mean? We just can't keep letting in people without knowing who they are. So I think his actions are going to speak louder than his words, and we can't really judge him until we see what he's going to do.
All right. Well, I think we'll end on that note. Thank you so much for being here with us. All right, now we're going to go back to the desk.